Yo, it's your boy Shadow Shack here, and today we'll be counting down the top 10 X-Antibody Digimon. What's an X-Antibody Digimon, you may ask? Well, to answer that question and to help me out with the countdown, I got my homie, the one and only FangStrizer.
Okay, so let's talk a bit about the X-Antibody, which is basically a vaccine that makes Digimon immune to the X program.
X program?
Yes, you see, Program X is a termination program initiated by Yggdrasil, who's like basically the god of the digital world, to eliminate 99% of Digimon.
But why will X-Antibody wants to do that?
Well, Yggdrasil is kind of a dick. Plus the digital world reached maximum capacity, so that was his decision.
So what happened to the remaining 1% of Digimon?
Well, that's the interesting part. Only 98% of the total Digimon population was actually eliminated. The remaining 2% were transferred to the new digital world, where Program X could not reach them.
But why? Did Program X fail?
Not really, because 1% of the original number of Digimon, basically half of those surviving in the new digital world, were strong enough to resist the effects of Program X and were able to survive by altering their digicores.
Oh, I get it. So this Digimon were reborn in a form that could take in Program X, and eventually it came to a point where a program that opposed Program X was created into their digicore, the X-Antibody.
Exactly, Shaq. Digimon that have the X-Antibody undergo a change in physical appearance, usually becoming more powerful than their previous non-X-Antibody counterparts, and some Digimon already have the X-Antibody present within them.
But you know, I think that's gonna be a countdown for another video in the future, since this one is about the Digimon that underwent the X-Antibody. So let's get into it, my boy.
Beelzemon X. Regular Beelzemon possesses the power to command many devil Digimon, and he's one of the 7 great demon lords. It's said that Beelzemon could stand at the peak of the Dark Army Nightmare Soldiers if he really wanted to. However, most of the time, he's just chillin' and riding on his motorcycle type machine, Behemoth, with his of course 2 favorite shotguns. Although Beelzemon's personality is cruel and merciless, he's also very prideful, so Beelzemon would never attack weak Digimon. And of course, Beelzemon is a fan favorite Digimon, most fondly remembered for his appearance in the 3rd season of Digimon Tamers.
Words! Impmon, please! Be quiet!
Going from Impmon, a bratty Digimon that wanted power above all else in the beginning of the series, to Beelzemon, to a character that recognized his mistakes and did everything he could to atone for his past. Now, Beelzemon X has some very interesting ideas for his design. However, since the X-Antibody versions of these Digimon are supposed to look more badass and be more powerful, well, sadly, Beelzemon X fails to deliver ultimately. I mean, just look at them side by side. Beelzemon X looks cool, but Beelzemon? He looks absolutely amazing.
DYNASMON X, one of the Holy Royal Knights, who possesses the power of the Wyvern. DYNASMON X had to be on the list. His design is definitely not as cool as DYNASMON, but this Digimon is still pretty badass. Also, this Digimon has never been to the show or any 3D game, so it's a little harder to like him more because we only got pictures of him. This picture of DYNASMON X right here from Digimon Heroes, rest in peace Digimon Heroes actually, is so cool when you look at it. Those lightning going through his gems and the one in his body makes him so badass, and those red eyes are just so freaking dope. You can totally see that it's not someone you want to mess with, and let's not forget that he's the most powerful Royal Knights in Arrow Comeback. So I just wish we could see him more in the franchise, if I'm being honest with you, but yeah, that's why he's on the number 9 spot.
Craniamon X. Craniamon is one of the Royal Knights, a group of Holy Knight Digimon that serve Yggdrasil. the god of the digital world. And Craniamon is his most loyal servant, a perfectionist, and someone who competes with the other royal knights to see who has a higher mission complete ratio. So like, if Yggdrasil was a teacher instead of the god of the digital world, and the royal knights were a group of students, Craniamon would basically be the teacher's pet. While Craniamon obviously resembles an Arthurian knight, Craniamon X more so resembles, in my opinion, a samurai that serves his lord Yggdrasil without question and is most loyal to him. I also adore the skulls he has on his body. It just makes him look incredibly cool.
GOLIRAMON X, a Digimon that is part of the 4 Great Dragon Digimons. The reason that we decided to put it on the list is due to his amazing design. The X version of GOLIRAMON is basically GOLIRAMON with an armor on. Since the original design is already so godly looking, see what I did there? It's easier to like him more in that form, am I right? That's why it's freaking fantastic, because with that, he's so ready to go in battle and kick some ass. And he should probably go into Dark Souls 2 because of that, right? No, I'm just joking on this one. Anyway, the God Dragon Digimon is also the strongest among the 4 Great Dragon with his over-level Holy Spirit and hidden magical powers. So this makes him even cooler to be in here. And let's not forget that one of his moves is called God Fist. Basically, this move does a blow from a fist released from his hand and cause ordinary Ultimate Digimon to be blown away without getting struck. How crazy is that? Yo, that's freaking cool.
MAGNAMON X. MAGNAMON is the result of your boy Veemon using the Digimetal of Miracles and Armor Digivolving into MAGNAMON. Now you see, MAGNAMON is one of the Royal Knights and an extremely special Digimon because he has the Digimetal of Miracles, and so MAGNAMON is able to overcome any predicament he falls into through the Digimetal's miraculous power. And this was shown in Digimon Adventure 02 when Veemon Armor Digivolved into MAGNAMON to fight Chimeromon. And it was a badass battle. They basically trashed the Digimon Emperor's base, but it was still not enough to defeat Chimeromon. And because of Wormon's sacrifice, a miracle happened. MAGNAMON got enough energy from Wormon, and he was able to use it to finally eradicate Chimeromon and stop him from spreading chaos in the digital world. MAGNAMON X is really interesting. Whereas usually when a Digimon gets the X-Antibody, they change, but since MAGNAMON is so special, keep in mind his armor is the Digimetal of Miracles. The Digimetal itself transformed and morphed when it acquired the X-Antibody. So not only MAGNAMON transformed, but also the Digimetal of Miracles, becoming Huanglang Ore, which has unparalleled absolute hardness, making MAGNAMON X almost impossible to defeat, simply because his defenses are so high.
GuilTronPrime X, the Digimon that goes from a badass Digimon called MAGNAMON then to a cool one called GuilTronPrime, and BAM! GuilTronPrime X is here. GuilTronPrime X is just amazing. I love him so much. I always enjoy Digimon or any monsters with red and black all over the body. There's just something with all those colors combined that make anything look so terrifying but so dope at the same time, you know? I always love looking at GuilTronPrime due to his design, and I've been a fan of him since Digimon World 2 when he was not even called GuilTronPrime. So seeing GuilTronPrime X is so easy for me to like it because it's basically just another upgrade to make him even cooler and better than what he was.
Leopardmon X. Leopardmon is one of the Royal Knights, and he is the strategist of the group, sometimes acting as the leader when Alphamon or Omegamon isn't there. When in combat, he can choose to fight in his humanoid knight form, or he can change it to his Leopard mode for more speed and a more savage way of attacking his opponent. Leopardmon X has his armor changed by the X-Antibody, converting the Chrome Digizoid into Brown Digizoid, which is highly elastic, and it enhances Leopardmon's flexible movements tremendously. He basically becomes like Luffy elastic, while at the same time having the mind and intellect of Mr. Fantastic. Plus he looks like a badass French fencer, and his special move, Brown Nebel, stabs the opponent 1,000,000,000 times per second. 1,000,000,000 times per second. So yeah, if you get hit by that, you are exterminated in an instant.
Ulfos Vidramon X. Ulfos Vidramon X possesses the swiftest speed among the Royal Knights, and there's no one that can follow its movements. This Digimon is definitely the coolest Digimon I've ever seen. That blade that he got is fantastic. It reminds me of Phantasy Star Online, a game I used to play a lot back in the day, so saying it is just so cool. And if you don't know by now, I'm a big fan of Veemon, so any Veemon Digivolution are amazing to me. The original form ELEZLEMON is freaking awesome too. I just love the design for both of them so much, but I must say, the effect on ELEZLEMON with the X-Antibody made him so much better. ELEZLEMON X is one of the coolest Roll Knights, and if this top 10 was just on me, Elfos will probably be on the number 1 spot.
GOLIRAMON X. GOLIRAMON is a royal knight, and even though he's a royal knight, he's a virus attribute. Well, that's because in Digimon lore, if GOLIRAMON should fall into darkness, he would change into MAGNAMON. And we saw the kind of damage MAGNAMON can do with just his presence and Digimon tamers. Takaro let his rage consume him, and he forcefully digivolved GRAWLMON. It didn't matter into what. All he wanted was for Beelzemon to die for what he did. But in doing so, Takaro unleashed a beast of destruction, simply called MAGNAMON. And instead that MAGNAMON is an incarnation of destruction, of pure chaos. And whether its victims see MAGNAMON or Chaos GOLIRAMON is up to them, implying that those two Digimon are the same being that takes either the form of MAGNAMON or Chaos GOLIRAMON based on its victims. Going back to GOLIRAMON, the X-Antibody changes his armor, which becomes the combination of 3 rare metals. Yes, 3 rare metals. Red Digizoid, Blue Digizoid, and Gold Digizoid. And design-wise, GOLIRAMON X, he trades a spear for a badass plasma sphere that can extend to take down a large amount of Digimon in just one fell swoop. Now, since GOLIRAMON and MAGNAMON are technically the same entity, so are GOLIRAMON X and MAGNAMON X, and MAGNAMON X is said to be the incarnation of hell, the epitome of evil. And just by being in his mere presence, lesser level Digimon are simply erased. But GOLIRAMON X is still cooler, so he's at number 2.
OmegaMon X.
We decided that OmegaMon X is just the best of all.
At first, we wanted to put WarGreymon X and MetalGaramon X on the list because they're badass Digimon in their own rights. But since OmegaMon X is their fusion and the best X-Anti-Digimon of all time, we agreed that this should be mentioned here.
Before gaining the X-Antibody, OmegaMon was already an iconic Digimon, born from the fusion of Matt and Ty's Digimon partners, and first appeared in the Digimon movie, and slaughtered an army of the Aboromon without even breaking a sweat.
OmegaMon X is an upgrade to an already godlike Digimon.
OmegaMon X is theoretically impossible to be defeated by other Digimon, due to his acquisition of the Omega N-Force, an ultimate force which in battle is able to instantaneously read ahead and respond accordingly to threats.
It's an ability that draws out and raises OmegaMon's combat sense and potential to its utmost limit in all situations. OmegaMon X's most dangerous signature move is All Delete from his Grey Sword.
Anything that comes in contact with the edges of the Grey Sword, while All Delete is invoked, are not cut, but erased.
And that is why OmegaMon X is number 1. So guys, do you agree with our list? If not, what's your favorite X-Antibody Digimon? Let us know in the comment section below. Anyway, it was nice making this video with you, Fang.
Yeah man, it was pretty awesome, but we have to get back to work.
What do you mean, man?
Well, join us next week for a natural X-Antibody carriers Digimon list.
So, Alphamon is probably gonna be on that one, right?
Well, yeah, why do you even ask?
Oh, no reason. Just wanted to know.
So yeah, that's it for this video. So if you guys enjoyed, make sure to hit that 6 button, that'd be so appreciated. And make sure to check out FangStrizer's channel, links in the description below. He makes some really awesome contents. You guys won't be disappointed, so make sure to go check him out. That's gonna be awesome. And join us next week for another countdown video. Peace out and have an amazing day. You're beautiful, and always remember that. Peace.